Before I proceed with this video, I understand it might be a little bit too long for some of you, so if you could just scroll down and take a look in the description, you will see I have provided chapters. Take, for example, if you only care about all the collection continuations, or maybe you only care about all the weapons and tool skins. If you truly wish to skip ahead, just look at the description. I've provided all the chapters there. And with that, good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright, because it's time for Rust Workshop skin checks. But first of all, let's just point this out. This is my Twitch drop submission. It's not guaranteed. We'll see. But I know a lot of people are fully well aware that they might have noticed some Twitch drops appearing on the workshop. Just want to clarify, mine is just a submission. I hope I might be accepted in a homebrew or something in the future. We'll see. But I would like to say thank you very much to all the people that watched the clips, watched the special 10-year anniversary Rust rotation video where you saw this with the, the other version. Version 1 won the competition between the two. Yes, put it in a sentence. Thank you very much for all the responses. Thank you for the kind words. I mean, I've got some comments over here. Lots of lovely comments. Before you put this in your base, make sure you give it a proper spray or bug spray, unless you want moth and fish. Thank you very much, Mr. Cheese Taco. Thank you. Anyway, we'll see what becomes of that. But if you have your own server, you can actually bring that in right now if you want to. So feel free to go give that a good look. And thank you once again to all the skin creators who contributed their signatures. I do apologise if I didn't manage to get everybody, but not everybody responded, so can't do everything. There's about 400 Rust skin creators that have had skins accepted, but I only managed to get 70 signatures. Still quite a lot, though. Anyway, point made. So just to clarify, Twitch drops in September 2025. It looks like it's happening, but there's no official confirmation. But I do believe it's going to probably be announced within the next couple of days. I'm sure many of you are fully well aware, when we have a force wipe, we have a blog post. And in that blog post, I'm anticipating the actual proper announcement. If not, go to Play Rust on Twitter, and essentially, you'll definitely see something being mentioned. At the very least, they're announcing what's going to be introduced in the upcoming September force wipe update. So cool. All right then. So let's now navigate over to here and talk about the brand new skins. So we only have 99 this week. I'm not going to complain. But, yeah. We usually have over 100. Perhaps it's probably due to the fact that we've got a lot of combinations, such as tools, clothing and armour. Alright, fair enough. But I will confirm to you, no wooden double doors this week. Yeah, quite surprising. If you aren't fully well aware, last month, the special chosen item in the official Ruskin Making Discord, it was the wooden double door. The month before that, it was the salvaged ice pick. But for September 2025, I can confirm it's the M39. And today, we've suddenly got a lot of them to take a look at. Ooh. Who knows what other items will be picked throughout the rest of this year? But we do have Halloween and Christmas. So will we see, like, chairs and tables being selected? And then we have some pretty cool looking Halloween chairs or Christmas chairs and whatnot. You get the idea. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, if you want to get a link to the collection for the Rust Workshop skin checks for September 2, 2025, look in the description right now. It's at the very top. You could go through all these skins in your own time if you so wish. Or, if you want to listen to the dulcet tones of Mr. Hedge as he yaps away talking about all the skins, sit back and relax. Let's get started with Deployables. Now, first of all, we're going to take a look at this compass spinning wheel. SW. I got a little bit confused about that. It's a spinning wheel. It says right there, Hedge. So this is in reference to the hardcore mode with the compass. A very cool, interesting design. Some people said, well, you know what? People in the base, they could spin it and then they can just say, right, we don't know where we're going to go. We'll spin the wheel. And if it says west, east, south or north, that's where we'll go. That's the direction we'll take. Sounds pretty interesting. So, okay. Nice, fairly straightforward idea in reference with the actual content in the game. Now, this is the representative of the many skins we're about to take a look at today. By all means, you might sit there and say, I kind of like it. Well, consider voting for it, all right? Yes or no, choice is up to you, but I will confirm upvotes and downvotes don't really have an impact in regards to whether a skin gets accepted. However, the skin creators can see. So, you can vote yes or no if you truly wish, show your support, But if you personally want to say some nice, kind words, really get the message across, you can go to the comment section. You can say lovely things, keep those skin creators nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. You might not like the skin. Why not offer some constructive feedback? Be nice, concise, and straight to the point. And well, maybe that little bit of constructive feedback might potentially help them out. Maybe their skin isn't accepted. They look at what you wrote, incorporate that into a brand new version, and hey, maybe that gets accepted in the future. The choice is up to you. So, with the compass spinning wheel, are you a fan? Do you like it? I did show off my special preview short video. It's fine. I got no issue. I think it's pretty cool. But we're still looking for the next spinning wheel skin. We've only had the darts wheel. Personally, I think that's a good shout. So best of luck to Legacy and Edgy. Let's see what becomes of that. Right, moving on. We have one locker to take a look at. This is produced by Kosem and Slanosta. I think this is an evolution of their idea. So previously they had a hazmat design. But what they did was they also mentioned like the how much protection it provided and whatnot. But I did point out, you never know, maybe they'll probably change the details and whatnot in the future, then it'll be wrong. So it looks like they've avoided that now, and they just have like a full metal kit design right here. Bright, purple, glows in the dark, nice and noticeable. So what do you reckon? Are you a fan of the idea? Do you like? Feel free to comment below, and best of luck to Mr. Kosem and Mr. Slanosta. Now over to here, we have some furnaces to take a look at. Let's go ahead. First of all, Sandcastle furnace. Wouldn't that just turn to glass? Anyway, produced by Organ & Gunya. Get a good look at that. Nice, comfy, silly design. Doesn't seem to light up at night time though. But, alright, fair enough. The creative idea is all based on what we see there. Ooh. Next up, the competition. Noise Prodigy furnace. Now, I believe there's two versions of this. A gold version and a purple and a green version. Pretty cool, but no actual pictures or GIFs showcasing how it looks at night time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's exactly like the Sandcastle design. Doesn't light up at night time. Obviously the interior, but I'm talking about like all around on the outside. That's what I'm referencing. So, okay, well, only two furnaces this week. Well, technically two versions of one, but feel free to comment below which one you prefer. And now we have the first collection continuation for the video. Funerary Friend sleeping bag. Perfectly fine. It's a black sleeping bag wrapped around with a whole bunch of bullets. Hey, I mean, that's pretty funny. The only way to make sure I feel nice and safe at night time when I go to bed is when I'm surrounded by bullets. Keeps me nice and comfortable. So, okay, fair enough. Another potential Funerary Friend skin. Let's now hop over to SMM. Unfortunately, it's a little bit broken. And there we go. Instantly fixed. Funerary. Let's go take a look at you. And I can confirm we had the sleeping bag, the hoodie and pants, and the poncho. I gotta be honest with you, with this being the first deployable, it might not be okay instantly. But if we start seeing a lot more, such as doors, maybe a locker, maybe, I don't know, water purifier, haha. But honestly, if we start seeing a whole lot more, yeah, maybe the sleeping bag would work out quite nicely. But if this were to be accepted, would any of these potentially spike in demand, spike in price? Not really sure. When we've got the, backpack, seeing the hoodie and pants being accepted after that kind of made sense because you kind of wear the clothing with the backpack. Ponchos accepted, things didn't really change too much. Still hoping to see tier 2 or tier 3. I mean, we'll wait and see. How many pickaxes did you make? Anyway, so I'm not really sure. But I will point out, we've had quite a few black backpacks already this year. So I'm talking about the night one and Black Diamond. Was it this year? It was this year. Black Diamond was first, night was later. Then we got Rust Spain, which didn't glow in the dark, which was funny. Anyway, so we'll see, but I'm not really seeing potential investment. Regardless, if you like it, go ahead, show support. Best of luck to Mr. MA1, and let's see what becomes of that. Alright, now we've got some storages to take a look at. Not that many, but it would make sense. Stained glass, small box produced by Jeeba and Slivkey. Perfectly fine, nice. Glassy design, which glows in the dark ever so nicely. Let's get a good nighttime pick. Oh, we don't have one. Guess that's the best one we can have. Yeah, I will say, Jeeba, Slivkey, if you're going to show off a glow in the dark deployable, it would be so much more appropriate to show it off at night time compared to showcasing it in various different landscapes during the day. Show it at night time. That's the most important thing, especially if it glows. Regardless, I can see it. It looks cool. Best of luck to you too. Now, the competition is an attempt for a storage collection, it seems. So produced by Fresh, Somebody Stop Me, and Risk. Looks like we've got the lab storage box tools. Now, I'm not sure if this is appropriate. Nothing wrong. The skin creators haven't done anything wrong. But, we've got to kind of have that going on at the moment. But this is a small box. Well, the only storage collections we've seen is the base storage collections and the supplementary neon small boxes. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm not sure if the timing's right, but we'll see. They thought, why not? Let's give it a shot. Fair enough. If we're going to see a brand new lab storage small box storage collection, what would you like to see being made next? Feel free to comment below. So, all right, give it a shot. But I'll say, guys, listen. If you make it make at least 3, and then you don't get any accepted, you should probably leave it. But after producing 3, you'd have like a minimum viable product, and people can see what you're planning to do. So we'll see what becomes of that. But hey, best of luck. But the problem is, I just don't think the timing's right because, of course, there we go. Sinotype storage collection is currently underway. It is active, and we now have an Armour box. A lot of people are very hyped up for it. Now, some people are complaining about the colour choice. I think it's red, and I saw a lot of people complaining it's orange. I think we all need to get a better pair of glasses. Either way, the colour schemes are kind of matching up, and it is getting a bit... With the side view, unfortunately, not being perfectly readable, because unfortunately a lot of people can't read Sinotype. It's English. Armour. Can you say Armour? Anyway, the collection's still progressing ever so nicely. The more the merrier, but I'm still expecting a bit of a dip as we go through October. Now, the prices are technically already gone down. We saw a very nice high point like a good month ago, and then it dropped off. I think that high point was just some people or a group buying out everything, trying to make it look as if it's super valuable. But overall, some of these skins are still doing very, very nicely. It's nice to see. But I just can't help but assume around January 2026, that's where we're going to see the actual first, like, proper noticeable spike in price and whatnot. You know, with more people playing, of course, you know, Christmas period, it makes sense. Less people going to work, less people going to school and whatnot. With more people playing around January time, you'd expect more demand for these skins and you would expect prices to improve. You might have to wait it out just a few months, but it usually works out very nicely. So, we're currently in September, next month is October, and a month after that is November. This period of time is not fun. This period of time is where we usually see skins drop to a new low point for the year. It's usually the first week of October. However, with the upcoming September Force Wipe, we might get confirmation whether the naval update is next month for October or November. When that rolls in, I can't help but assume a lot of people are going to turn up. All right? A lot of people are going to turn up. People are itching for new stuff. With everything being mentioned on the commits with the naval update, boat building, bases as a boat, I mean, deep sea, water, what does it imply? New monuments, I mean, loads of people are pretty hyped up. Loads of people will turn up for a big, fat new content. Maybe this will just instantly go up in price when everybody returns to that. We'll see. So, overall, nice to see another skin. We'll talk about the approaching the clothes box tomorrow. But to be honest with you, this could probably reach up to 50,000. Still, in the long term, it'll probably go up in price regardless. So, the more the merrier. We'll see what becomes of this. Best of luck to Odyssey. Let's move on. We have quite a lot of sheet metal this week. Let's go take a look at all of them. Come on. How many we got? Quite a lot. And a collection continuation. But we'll see that in a second. We have the bare sheet metal door. 2 versions. We have the nice pink version with the green lights, and we have the orange version with orange lights. Looking pretty cool. It says it's brown. Okay, kind of look like an orange to me. So, brown with orange lights. Cool. Overall, pretty cool. Nice and stylish. No complaints. Wine on J 34633. Keep up the good work. Maybe we'll see a pretty cool looking bear collection. What do you reckon? What colour scheme would you like to see being accepted? Or, do you know what? Maybe with each deployable they make, they do a different colour scheme. We'll see which one gets accepted. Comment below your thoughts. Could think of like a cool looking locker. Could probably see like a cool looking double door version. Garage door. There's definitely a lot of potential with it. So, best luck to you two. Now over to here with the glass heart sheet metal door. I showed this off in my preview video. This is produced by Yopka and Lancy. A pretty interesting gothic style with roses all around. A nice touch of red. Very, very nice. And yes, of course, it glows in the dark. Best of luck to you two. But of course, more competition. Armory chamber sheet metal door. Now what we're seeing here is a slow build up to a sheet metal door collection. If you aren't fully well aware, Chambers and Rooms collection is currently being built up by Bed and Ronan. Previous week we saw the Furnace Chamber sheet metal door. This week we've seen the Armory Chamber sheet metal door. Would you like to see a sheet metal door collection? What door would you like to see being made next? Entrance, exit, the relaxing room? I don't know. So If you have ideas, feel free to comment below. And of course, you might sit there and say, but I don't want people to know where everything is. What if I get raided? True, but you could probably trap people. You might think, beyond this door, it's where all the weapons are kept, but instead, shotgun trap. Alright, cool. Best of luck to you two. Let's see what happens with that. And a very nice glow-in-the-dark design. Ooh. Now over to here with the Dark Matter Sheet Metal Door produced by Falcostiche and Meowkus. Get a good at this. Well, try. It's a bit odd. It's hard to comprehend. There you go. That might be a little bit better. So yeah, it's all like mucus. It's strange creatures from beyond our dimension. Yes. Anyway, strange but cool looking glow-in-the-dark design. Feel free to comment below if you like it. Consider showing support. Best of luck to you three. Oh, that's even creepier. Yippee! Right. Moving on, we have another attempt with the Substation Tile Sheet Metal Door produced by Mr. Duck. As you can see, it glows in the dark ever so nicely. Looking pretty sweet. I do wonder, would Duck consider making some more opulent skins? His opulent boots and gloves were accepted recently. We were considering the possibility of seeing skin creators feeling reinvigorated to return to other collections. We'll see what becomes of that. Maybe Deployables, that'd look pretty sweet. Anyway, with this, it's supposed to look like a nice urban subway style. Oh, the tires are all falling off. Perfect. So, best of luck to Duck. Let's see if that gets accepted. Now over to here, we have the Cold Hard Bear Sheet Metal Door. This is produced by Universe Kid and Papa Carl. Get a good look at that. A pretty interesting style. It glows. It is pretty cool. But over to here, there's a transparent version. What part of it is transparent, I do not know. Can we figure it out? Can we see it up close? I don't know. So let's just get a good look. Where is the transparency? Is there... Oh, there's a little bit... Okay. There's a hole here, hole here, hole here, hole here. That's what I'm getting the impression of. To everyone watching, if you're going to make a transparent door, could you like zoom in where the transparency is, or just quite literally highlight it? I know I'm just... It's a struggle. I'm trying to look here. I'm not even sure if I'm fully correct. Oh, yes, I am. Little bits of green there, little bits of green there, green there, green. Yeah, okay. So you've got 4 corners of transparency. Cool idea. It's just, it wasn't easy to figure out. So best of luck to University Kid and Pepper Carl. And yeah, looks like they're building up a Cold Hard Bear collection. Very, very cool. Haha. Right, moving on. And what do we have right here? This is a collection. Oh, just knuckled that. Sorry. This is a collection continuation for the Jungle Tomb Sheet Metal Door. This Jungle Tomb collection, it's a sheet metal door. Brain, think better. Sorry, doing that mistake just completely messed up my whole preparation. But hey, that's a very cool looking overgrown design produced by Mr. Sepesh. Let's remind you of the door. No, it was just a sleeping bag, wasn't it? Yeah, it was just a sleeping bag. And that sleeping bag's doing very good at the moment. So Jungle Tomb sleeping bag, can we see what you are? It's not showing itself. Sleeping bag? You're gonna... No, what? I've definitely typed it correctly. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, it's just a sleeping bag. Oh wow, that individual has a lot of them. Cool. However, price is still doing very good. Sold for $2, and right now, on the Steam market, this is currently selling for $2. Let me just quickly sort out the currency. Seems I didn't have that properly prepared. That's my fault. And there we go. Right, so this is currently sitting here at $2.30. If you sold it for the price you bought it for, you basically got your money back. That's it. Or you might make like a penny profit. Not the most insane thing, however, the more the merrier. However, this was accepted back in like June or May or June. It was late May. It was late May. That's it. The skin crate has tried to make more skins. Again, they're trying again. Nothing wrong with trying, but only one skin has been accepted. The box was cool. The tools were nice. I don't remember if we've had a sheet metal door before, but it's nice to see right now. So, first of all, I think I need to sneeze. I just hold my nose like that. Sorry about this, Mr. Sepesh. At least people would remember this. that sleeper bag, regardless. Sorry, I think I'm good now. Blends in nicely in the forest. Blends in nicely in the jungle. By itself, it's still a very nice investment. You could go ahead and buy some right now. Maybe wait until October. You never know what might potentially be accepted. But with what I see there, I'd like to see more as well. Why not a locker or a furnace? Sepesh, it's in your hands, but I am fully well aware you've had quite a lot of other skins being accepted recently, such as Senior Tomato. So, alright, keep an eye out. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more interesting designs. A sleeping bag, though, you could just buy it now and it'll probably work out ever so nicely as we go through the rest of the future. Alright, cool. Garage doors. Here we go. Right, so we've got quite a lot of garage doors this week. A lot of very interesting, unique designs. Let me just grab all of them and we can hop to it. All right then. Okay. So, freight elevator garage door, or freight elevator. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Anyway, you got a very cool looking design right there. Literally like an elevator. I think the role players would appreciate it. But I think a lot of people will appreciate this version instead. Now, it's not super noticeable, but you might notice it with the thumbnail there. Oh, look, a bit of light's appearing out of it because the door isn't fully shut. Oh, can you see it nicely there? Do you notice how it's not fully shut all the way through the middle? Pretty cool idea. I'm just not sure if that's going to be okay. Like, to have that amount of transparency all the way through, is that cool, or is it just a little bit too much? Then again, go look at Brutalist garage door, go look at the Bombshell garage door. I mean, we've seen a lot more transparency on the sides, and that would be a whole lot more useful. But for a very, very cool role player design, produced by Rosato, what do you reckon? I think a lot of people appreciate it. So we'll see what becomes of that. Whichever version you like, feel free to comment below, and feel free to go ahead, show offer a nice little comment there, show your support. Best of luck to Mr. Rosato. But there's a lot of competition. Oh no, it's a woman. No. Anyway, I have said this in the past. If you put a girl on a door, it's going to probably sell very nicely. It's going to probably retain its value. Case in point, the recent Popstar garage door. It's only slightly down in price at the moment. Few sales and it's back up in price. Look at it around post-Christmas time. Wouldn't be surprising when that goes up in price ever so nicely. Also, last year's Anime Girl Christmas door. That's already gone up in price. Then again, in anticipation to Christmas. But, case in point, for all the people out there saying, oh, I don't need like Anime Girl doors or deployables or weapons or anything. I'm good. Liar! You keep buying them. You keep buying them. You keep the prices up. I will not believe you. I know you want it. I know you desire it. I know you crave it. Well, now you have another one. I don't think that's anime. You can correct me if I'm wrong. This looks like a nice comic style girl. She is a cute raider. Do you want to have her protect your base? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Cave Vladimir and Jepo. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, there you go. How they slowly progress with their design. Cute. Right then. That's not cute, but anyway, it's cool. It's Colour Graffiti, produced by 098. It is a very interesting pattern design that goes around and around and around. Looking pretty cool. We also have a second version over here. This one's not blue. This one's like green, brown. I'm not sure what colour that is. Maybe I need better eyeglasses. Whatever, you get the idea. So, looking pretty sweet. Best of luck to 098. But again, even more competition. Another attempt for the War of the Biomes. If you do not remember, I'm talking about like a month ago. Yep, there we go. We saw this pretty cool looking design. Jungle Tiger versus Arctic Polar Bear. That was cool. That wasn't accepted. So Vlek, Fungus, they've probably considered, well, could we do it a different way? And that is your new version. And to be honest with you, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I definitely would vouch for that. I think that's a skin a lot of people would appreciate. I like the picture here showcasing this. So, yeah, what's your thoughts? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to these two. Let's see if that works out. Now over to here, Buzzcub. Is it a bear? Is it a bee? I don't know. Shedmon, what have you done? You've Frankenstein two animals together, and I'm very, very confused. You should have saved the horrors for Halloween, Mr. Shedmon. Keep an eye out for Halloween, though. He definitely makes some very scary stuff. Alright, cool. Best of luck. Over to here, we have the Tomb of the Sphinx garage door produced by Olhemic and G Dreamer, Golden Dreamer. So, let's try and see if we can get a good... Oh, okay. We don't have a good daytime picture, which is a bit awkward. I'm sure we'll see it in the second picture. The second version, I meant to say. This glows very nicely, as you can see. And that's how it looks during the day. But yeah, we should have had with the first one, we should have had like a daytime picture. A lot of people would appreciate that. So, alright, cool. Looking pretty sweet. Best of luck to Olhemic and Golden Dreamer. Let's see what becomes of that. But we have even more competition. Over to here. Aces High garage door. This glows in the dark and apparently has some transparency. Produced by Stabby McStabface. Oh, where is the transparency? Oh, it's got 3 slits through there. Oh, okay then. So you can peek through that if you can. Maybe just stand on your tiptoes. Pretty cool references. So, alright. Not going to complain. Looking pretty cool. So best of luck to Mr. Stabby McStabface. But of course, even more competition. Over to here, we have the Space Travel garage door produced by SMN. Nice, bright and colourful, and it glows in the dark ever so nicely. Get a good look at that. So best of luck to SMN. Oh, that's huge. Best of luck to you. Now over to here, we have the Danger. Is that supposed to say danger? Yeah, he messed up. Oops. Danger, garage door, produced by Dragon Normavan. Get a good look at that. Why is he spewing blood out of his eyeballs? Oh, that's not his eyeballs. That's his other pair of eyeballs. Don't you understand? Okay. Anyway, might be lightning or something. Looking pretty cool. You can show how it shows how they slowly built up with the design, how they built up the font, the text. You can see how initially they had a different approach with the position. So okay, that's pretty cool. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, consider showing support. Best of luck to Dragon Normavan. And then over to here, Immortal King Garage Door, produced by Mr. Verona. Get a good... Oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to be non-biased. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to click that. But it is still a very cool design, Mr. Verona. Sorry about that. Yeah, I try my best not to upvote or downvote anything. I don't mean to be biased. You might have noticed I did upvote my own vending machine, though. Well, that's just out of respect to myself. Cool, glow-in-the-dark design. Best of luck to Mr. Verona. Now over to here. This caught the eye of a lot of people, and this has been upvoted a lot. This is the Apotheosis of War, produced by Connor. You can see how they built out the references, the 3D design. It glows very, very nicely. And with lights on nearby, the skulls reflect independently very nicely as well. You can see it pretty nicely as you see here, moving the sun around. They made a very cool looking garage door. I'm not sure if it's too early for Halloween, or you know what, regardless. That's just what it's like in Rust every single day, you know? It's a very cool Doom style sort of design. All the zombies trying to reach up to there, but there's no zombies, they're all dead. So, alright, O'Connor, best of luck to you, sir. Feel free to comment below. Do you like that? And out of all the garage doors, feel free to comment below which one was your favourite. And to my surprise, that's it with the deplorables. We only have one left, and it's a collection continuation. This right here is the greening area, armoured door. It glows, and the hatch also happens to be transparent. So can we see this up close in game? Come on, show me what you got, Mr. Decap. So again, the return of another collection. We saw the locker skin being accepted and complete the sets, and now the skin creator is reinvigorated, and he's gone ahead and made a very nice looking armoured door. Now, let me point this out to you. We have not seen an armoured door in 2025. It hasn't happened. I think that's in a very, very, very good position, and we need to talk about the greening area collection. Because before we even saw the locker skin being accepted, these were in the positive regardless. People appreciated these. I will say, though, that sheep in the door was down in price. This appeared, it went up, and that's gone back down again. Typical. All of these skins are doing very nicely. I don't know if you can invest into them. You can if you want. You could go buy them because they look nice. But is there actual profits to be made? Well, I will confirm. You can clearly see when the locker was accepted, that goes up in price ever so nicely. Could it happen all over again with the arrival of the armoured door? And after that, could we see so much more? We'll see, we'll see. So, Decap, it's in your hands. The armoured door is looking very nice. It's just, it would be a whole lot more useful if you could get up closer during the day so we can see the transparency right there in the hatch. Even when closed, you can see through it. So, okay, cool. Best luck to Decap. And so, with that, that is all the deplorables, all nice and said and done. So out of all those skins, feel free to comment below which one was your favourite. Comment below which one you think has a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted. And so with that, let's now move on and talk about weapons and tools. First up, we have a satchel charge skin, one for the road satchel, produced by Yui and Graphy. We've got a nice sort of little tourist design. Oh yeah, I take my satchel charge with me everywhere. I don't know how they got that past customs. I have no idea. But yeah, looking pretty sweet, looking pretty cool. Best of luck to you in Graphy. We have two grenade skins. First design is in reference to the, well, the lovely wheel at Bandit. All the colours, the design of the font, matching up perfectly what we see there. That's a very cool choice. Fortune F1 grenade. Are you feeling lucky? Best of luck to Mr. Mema. Now over to here. Lemon. Lemon. Lemon grenade. Lemonade. Haha. That's a perfect pun, Mr. PYH. And I love the picture here as well. Would anybody like some lemonade? Alright, you won me over. Damn you, Mr. Pie, Mr. P. Best of luck to you. Best of luck. Now over to here, we have a bone club. Would you like some fried chicken? There's not that meat, not that much meat. Maybe a bit of sauce, it probably might be tolerable. But yeah, looking pretty sweet, can't complain. Produced by Hencher and Pastaz. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Could we see a bone club being accepted in 2025? Now over to here, we've got some tools. And we have quite a lot of collection continuation tools as well. We have quite a lot. So prepare yourselves, let's go. First of all, with the dinosaur hatchet and pickaxe produced by Nui and Hinon. This is a green design. Get a good look at the sun reflecting on it. Look at the teeth, looking pretty sweet, looking pretty cool. Alright, as an independent idea, that's looking pretty cool. What does the pickaxe look like? Pterodon? Oh, how do you pronounce it? Pterodactyl? Pterodon? They're both like the same, weren't they? I'm not saying it correctly. Hedge thinks he knows what he's saying, but he's not doing a very good job of it. Comment below, feel free to correct him. But am I correct to say it's the flying one? The head. Anyway, best of luck to Nui and Hinon. Let's see if that works out nicely. But over to here, what do we have? Impact Protocol tools. So you got a pretty interesting bit of transparency there. It's like a bird. And over to here, what about the pickaxe? No transparency in this, I see. Nothing super noticeable. So you might not fully remember, but we had the Impact Protocol salvage dice pick being accepted. Since then, did we see anything else? We did see a sap. Sap did look cool, but wasn't accepted. So, going back to the past, let me remind you, the first salvage dice pick skin to be accepted in 8 years was, of course, the Impact Protocol. But the problem is, with that being the first one, and it didn't really stand out too ridiculously, it didn't retain its value with all the other skins that appeared after it. So let's go ahead and give this a good look. Up close, as you'll notice, it's not doing a very good job of retaining its value. That sold for $2.49, didn't it? Yes, it did. It's down to $1. Oh my. Could this potentially spike in price with some brand new tool skins being accepted? Being truthfully honest with you, I don't think that's happening. I tend to see, oh my, 58, oh dear. I tend to see a lot of weapon and tool only collections, and they do not do a very good job of retaining their price. It has to be super, super special to stand out. So we'll see what becomes of that, but yeah, I don't expect much, I'm sorry to say. So nice to see some more attempts for collection continuation. That is a very nice looking hatchet and pickaxe, but I don't think it's going to have a massive impact on the salvaged ice pick. So best of luck, but you do have competition. And that competition just so happens to be the Hellborn hatchet and pickaxe. So recently, of course, we saw the crossbow being accepted. I remember the sap from the previous week, but could we see even more? Oh, I've just noticed. One of them is a non-glow design, and another one is a glow-in-the-dark design. Would you like to see more glow-in-the-dark tools? I'm not sure people are like super eager for that. Oh, I'm yawning. Sorry about this. Oh, I've been talking too much, not breathing enough. But yeah, we have had glow-in-the-dark tools in the past. But like most tools, they just go down in price. We'll see what becomes of this. But Hellborn, let's look at you. If we were to see more skins, could that potentially cause these to go up in price ever so nice? I'm doubting it. SAR was accepted recently. Crossbow was first. Then the AK. Then the custom SMG. Now, let me just point out, most SARs and most AKs are down by like half their price. These are only down by a quarter. Still went down in price, but not so bad. There is enough interest that's keeping the prices up reasonably. That custom SMG, though, is just like many other custom SMGs, almost half down. Oh dear. So anyway, I don't think the tools are going to dramatically change all of this. But if we do keep seeing more and more and more, and yes, the skin creator has in fact tried, maybe it might work out. Maybe we actually could see more of these go up in the positive. Clearly, quite a lot of people do happen to like it. So, best of luck to Camo Legend. Let's see what becomes of that. But I'm not super convinced. So. Alright then, maybe might not be a huge investment initially. Maybe we need to see Hellborn clothing and armour. Maybe you could probably put that out for Halloween. To be honest with you probably could. Alright, we'll see what becomes of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at some crossbows. First of all, here we have the Autumn Requiem crossbow, produced by L3ATR. A very nice leafy design, nice and orange, perfectly befitting for autumn or the fall season, whatever you might call it. So cool, lovely stuff. However, that exists. Oh no, or oh yes. Heat Seeker Summer, I guess we could say it's over. Say hello to Heat Seeker Autumn. Okay. Yes, Heatseeker has returned with the transparent crossbow I asked for. Although, to be honest with you, I was not anticipating that design. So you might have noticed I've already put up a short video showcasing this. I compared it with the Stinger crossbow. To be honest with you, that's some very creative transparency. Mr. Vase has done a very cool job of that. Is it what people want though? To be honest with you, I do believe the Stinger crossbow will be appreciated more with the more useful transparency, but you still see quite a lot of this. And all the colours that you see here stands out very nicely at night time. It actually does a very good job standing out. So, maybe it might have its quirks, but its positives. Maybe it still will work out because, you know, it's another Heatseeker skin. How's the Heatseeker collection at the moment? Now that we've basically ended the summer, we've rolled into September. By default, I'm assuming the worst. Ooh. But look at it. Still perfectly in the positive, most of it. The MP5 did drop off. It was selling for about $3.50 for a while. Now it's down to $2.40. It is expected all of these will go down lower. Sorry to say, but it feels like an inevitability. I do think the Revolver's going to retain the best though, out of all the skins. Revolvers usually do a very good job retaining price. Yeah, it might still slip a bit, but keep an eye on that. Still essentially $5. So, okay, would another skin probably give these a boost? I don't think so. But post-Christmas, look at it again. I'm thinking we're going to have a very fun time when a lot more people jump back in and probably buy all of these out again. Okay, so crossbow. Go give my YouTube a good look. Go give the short video a good look. I do a nice comparison between the Stinger crossbow and this. Just remember, Stinger crossbow costs like $2.20. That most likely will cost $3, like all the other weapon skins and whatnot. So, okay, fair enough. Let's hop back over to here and let's move on. So, now we've got some SAP skins to take a look at. And I'll grab the submachine guns as well. And SARs. Okay, I've just noticed there's a problem with these two. I'm going to have to switch them around. Anyway, now I'll amend that when you, by the time you see the video tomorrow, I will fix that. So, first up here we have the Double Trouble SAP, produced by OKEF. That's a perfectly fine looking design for a SAP skin. And when we aim down the sight, what do we see? Yep, just a perfectly standard aim sight. Who is Mr. Something? I can't read that. Maybe it's written down here. No. I guess we'll have to figure it out when they see it in game, potentially when it's accepted. Best luck to Mr. OKEF. Over to here we have the Signal SAP, produced by Omnipresent. Perfectly fine looking design again. Nice metallic design with a lovely bit of red on top. Metallic red to be precise. Oh, aim down the sight. Whoopsie. Let me go get a look at you. And that appears to be a standard sight with a nice bit of red. Should stand out in most environments. I think people will be appreciating that. Best of luck to Omnipresent. However, we have a second version. Transparency. Are you telling me you've made a transparent design? Oh, yes he has. Interesting. Well, Omnipresent, it's nice that you provided two options. I wonder what what YouTube prefers. Maybe they should comment below. Best of luck to you. Now over to here with the Sunhawk Thompson. A very cool design produced by Sunart. Sunart, do you just like drawing animals? I've started to notice a pattern here. But yes, they do some lovely designs. Get a good look at the Thompson. I think you've got to do some more autumn theme stuff. You can't really do an autumn eagle, or can you? We'll see. Anyway, it's perfectly fine. Looks cool on the side there. Feel free to comment below your thoughts. Best of luck to Sunart. Now over to here. Okay, this is something drastically different. What is this? Wonderland Thompson, produced by All Weary and Cobra. So, yeah. That might scare some people. Good. Where's the aim down the sight image? There we go. I aim down the sight and it aims at me. Oh. Alright, so useful bit of red. Looks pretty cool, no complaints. Alright, let's see if that works out nicely. Best luck to you too. Now over to here, this is the Devourer SAR, produced by Mr. Gavahu. And it looks like we've got some transparency right there. Now this kind of looks like a scary skin. Should this have been out for Halloween? No, because there's horrors every single day. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, perfectly fine amounts of transparency. Reminds me of the Heatseeker SAR. Could that potentially be accepted? I'm sure a lot of people would probably stand up and scream, yes, yes. So best luck to Mr. Gavahu. Now over to here, this is a collection continuation. Produced by PL3 and Donny, it is another attempt for all or nothing weapon. So didn't we just see the AK last week? Yes, indeed we did. Now they're trying for a SAR skin, and I'll be honest with you, the colours, the design, it looks cool. I think maybe quite a lot of people appreciate that. Let's look at the aim sight, and as you'll notice, standard sight, red sight as well, good for all environments, should be pretty sweet. Seems we can get a quick look at the nightlight as well. Does it stand out? Can you see it? yeah, night time at the moment's really dark, isn't it? So, okay, cool. If we were to quickly go take a look at the all or nothing skins, you'll be reminded that we only have 2 deployables, and they're not doing super good at the moment. We have far too many garage doors, and that unfortunately didn't retain its price. We didn't have that many large boxes, did we? We didn't get that many this year, did we? I don't remember. Anyway, these 2 skins, they're not in the best of shape. They are down by about half their price, and a little bit more for this one. I don't think a SAR is going to dramatically change the price of 2 deployables, but it would be nice to see a whole lot more. They have been trying. But, yeah, it's up to face punch. Keep up the good work, guys. You know what? Why not consider doing some other deployables? Why not consider doing an M39? Why not? Yeah, actually, all or nothing M39. That might be pretty cool with all the colours and whatnot. Give it a shot. Right, best of luck to you two. Speaking of M39s, yep, we got a lot of them. Let's just quickly grab all of these. So if you aren't fully well aware, I did say it earlier, but I have to say it again. The special chosen item for the month is the M39. You're going to see a lot more M39 skins being produced. But the big question is, do people appreciate M39s? How often do you use them? That's a bit of a concern. Now, in theory, maybe a lot more interesting skins would encourage people to try and get them. But look at the amount of skins we have in total. So this is an initiative set up by the official Ruskin making Discord. Only 10 in total. Wow, Redemption M39 is actually doing very nicely. Pretty cool. All right. So initially, back in 2019, when it first became Skinnable, yep, all of them, they are accepted. Not all of them were doing super great, but as time went on, due to sheer lack of skins being accepted, that is all in the positive now. 2 years later, we got another one, Tempered, sold a little bit too much, and now that's struggling to retain its price. Bombshell sold a fair bit more, but yeah, kind of not doing very good in terms of retaining its price. All of these ones that came out over the past few years, though, they're doing all right. I think we're walking into a bit of a problem again, where, you know how we saw the Salvage Dice picks being accepted, first one to be accepted sold a lot, and then we had another one, then we had another one, then we had another one. Well, did we also notice that with wooden double doors? Well, they're starting to slip. I think the same problem's likely going to happen. But this isn't too bad. The wooden double doors aren't too bad. Just keep this in your head. If we start seeing a lot more like M39s, some of the more recent ones that came out might suffer. And concurrently, with one or two or three being accepted in a row, be prepared to see them going down in price. Regardless, what options do we currently have? Ynet produced the Eradicator M39, a nice red design. Give that a good look. Looking pretty sweet. Standard aim sight as well. Get a good look at that. So yeah, alright, that's pretty cool. Next up, now I have to be brutally honest with you, and bingo, Jin, if you're watching, this is not allowed. This is a glow sight. You're not allowed to have glow sights. Yep, you can see it just about there. If anything, I should point out, back to my YouTube, I've already made a video showcasing all of these. I've showcased them in game, and I immediately dismissed the glow sight one, because it's against the rules. You're not supposed to make glow sight weapon skins, but you can make an alternative. You can make an alternative version right now. Just remove the glow sight. Just have the sides glow. That's fine. That's fine. But you cannot have a glow sight. It's not allowed. So, unfortunately, there's no point even mentioning it. Sorry to say, but I'm being straightforward with you. Next up, we have the Dark Future M39 produced by Diaz. This is a quite dark purpley approach. It's got a lot of circuitry, which you can see pretty easily. So yeah, looking pretty cool. Best of luck to Mr. Diaz. Now over to here with the Azure Horizon, produced by Mr. 38, a nice blue design, looking ever so nice. I think that's a yellow aim sight as well, so okay, might be pretty good for other environments aside from the sun. The sand of the desert. And don't stare at the sun, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Brain is not working 100% today, is it? No, rarely is. Mr. 38, that's a perfectly fine approach, but now we have the competition of collection continuations. That right there is the Arctic Skull M39. It's the second attempt, and it's perfectly fine for what it is. A nice white skull design. I think this will actually work out quite nicely if this were to be accepted. People appreciate good white weapons. Now, I'm sure you've seen the comics collection with all its weapons. When we saw the Arctic Skull collection, we thought it could be a nice budget alternative. Problem is, have you seen the Arctic Skull collection? I think the SAR did alright, but everything else was a bit odd. Oh yeah, so LR300 is alright. SAR's not too bad. MP5's doing alright. AK47 could be better, but it's not the worst. Custom SMG is a custom SMG. Over the course of the summer, these did improve, but they're still down in price, these two. But main point is, people do appreciate white weaponry. So that M39 right there, that very likely will be appreciated, but it still might slip and go down in price. We'll see what becomes of that. I don't think another weapon skin is going to cause the rest of the Arctic Skull skins to go up in price. But maybe we could start seeing a lot more of them if this were to be accepted. So best of luck to Alloy and Hook. Let's see what becomes of that. It's in your hands, guys. Keep up the good work. Alternatively, we have more competition. We have another collection continuation. Demon and Say Chains have produced the gold Chains M39. So it's nice, gold and shiny, and you would have seen it in my preview video. That's where I basically pointed out that M39s are the chosen item for September 2025. Gold Chains is still a bit odd. It's the most unconventional collection we have. What do you mean? Look at it. Okay. They did try for everything. They tried for tier 2 multiple times. They tried for hoodie and pants. They tried for tier 3. Face Punch just didn't accept. It's a mystery. I don't think an M39 is going to dramatically change anything we see here. But independently, it would be pretty cool. Nice and gold shiny design. But I still worry about how much people even use M39s. If people don't use the weapon that much, where's the justification to own skins? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, fair enough. So we'll see what becomes of that. And yeah, let's just grab all the remaining weapon skins. Let's get through it, and then we'll have clothing and armour. Come on. AK, AK, AK. Plenty more AKs. I can't get enough of them. Please help me. Right, and there we go. Deathmatch LR300, produced by Ted and Pigeon. That's a very cool looking approach. The snake all wrapped around there, looking pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of a scar. Yeah. It does. Alright, well, can we get a nice aim down the sight image? Oh, there we go. Nice bit of transparency, useful red aim sight, and we've got an angry snake right there, looking pretty cool. Best of luck to Ted and Pigeon. Let's see what becomes in that. Now over to here with the Agony AK47. Oh, a GIF. RR3, thank you very much for that. That is super helpful. You've got Cerberus over here on the side. That's looking very, very cool. And I think a lot of people are going to greatly appreciate that. And over to here, pretty cool looking approach with the aim sight. Yeah, he's very hungry. Cool, yeah. So, looking pretty sweet there. Don't we have a second version? Yes, we do. So the stockless version is here. Get a good look at that. Nice and red. Looking pretty sweet. Best of luck to you there, Mr. RR3. But of course, there is competition. Over to here with the Death Judge AK47, produced by Mnemonic Man. Get a good look at that. Now, is that... Oh, my. It's gold and blue. I've never seen such a combination, but that does stand out and look cool. Oh, yeah. Yes, it does. All right. Well, looking pretty cool. Nice golden skull right there. Gold aim sight. What do you reckon? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Mnemonic Man. Tsunami AK47. We have two versions that you can see right here. We have a very nice purple design there and a very nice hot orange and yellow and red. So, looking pretty sweet. Can we get a nice aim down the sight image? Pretty please. There we go. Perfection. And what do I see? Standard sight. It looked like, yeah, standard sight. Okay, fair enough. What about over to here? Nice, lovely and purple. And all the way over to here. Same thing. Still golden sight. So, all right. Best of luck to Excuse Me Gurin. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Feel free to comment below which one you prefer. Now over to here with the Ancient Gold AK47 produced by Cassad and Spectro. Another gold and blue design. Okay, that's a bit of a surprise. I aim down and what do I see? Red aim sight with a bit of blue around it. Stands out pretty interestingly. So yeah, looking pretty cool. Best of luck to Cassad and Spectro. Let's see what becomes of that. Over to here with the Cobalt Pulse AK47. This has a transparent... Oh, it's the same... Okay, it was the same skin from Cassada Spectro, but instead of gold, it's black. So, okay, cool. Best luck to you. You almost caught me off guard. Pointer AK47, produced by Power and Houdin. Green, lots of arrows. Which way am I supposed to shoot? Just. All right, cool. So just shoot and worry about the consequences afterwards. Yellow aim sight, green all round. Might be good for all environments, except the desert, so alright, cool. We'll see what becomes of that. Best of luck to you two. Over to here, Calligraphy version 2 AK47, green and orange. Which version do you prefer? Comment below. Produced by L4FER and Kerry. Yeah, good look at the green. Looking pretty cool. Interesting pattern design. And I aim down, or what do I see? That is a standard aim sight, I believe. Come on, load it. There, standard aim sight, dark green. Might not be super useful in the jungle, might not be super useful in like the foresty areas, but we'll see what becomes of that. Anyway, best of luck to the skin creators. Let's see what becomes of this. Let's look at the competition though. Because over to here we have the AK47 patent, produced by 9K. It is a pretty cool, like, schematic design. Lots of DIY as well. Looking pretty cool right there, yep. Best of luck to Mr. 9K. And the aim sight, nice and red, looking pretty sweet. Best of luck, best of luck. And what do we have right here in front of us? That just so happens to be the Isoparam AK47. Now this apparently has a cut aim sight, and oh, yep, you can see it. Now the aim sight is white. I'm not sure if people would appreciate a white aim sight, especially if in the snow biome. But get a good look at that red, pink, orange and yellow design. Lovely warm colours, produced by Holodno and Kolotinsky. I'm still iffy with the aim sight though. Could have added like a little bit of red or black on the very top. It'd have been fine. But anyway, it's a second version. Now I'm not fully sure what differences we have with these two. If I look at the sides, so here and here, oh, the top part's coloured in. Okay, that's looking pretty sweet. That's looking pretty cool. Is the aim sight different? Can we get a good look at that? And the aim sight's still white. Well, maybe it might be a darker white compared to the snow. Fingers crossed. But get a good look at those gifts. Very nice and shiny, as we expect with the Isoparam collection. And the collection of Isoparam, it's only 2 skins, Hedge. Well, I mean, we were expecting more. Now, just to remind you, we have seen an attempt for, I'm pretty sure we've seen an attempt for an AK-47 before. Might be wrong there, but both of these skins are down in price. How unfortunate. We're slowly going through the worst of times. $1.33. It was that quick to go down in price? Oh my. So the very nice shiny designs doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be A-OK. Look at the L96 as well, down to $1.57. It's lost $1 of its value. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So with that being a tool and a weapon skin, I don't think Isoparam's going to dramatically change anything. But independently, do you like it? Feel free to comment below and feel free to go ahead and show support. Best of luck to you two. I've just not personally seen that much investment. But with the position that they're in, I wouldn't say no to some deployables. I wouldn't say no to some clothing and armour. It's up to them though. I'm still waiting for Black Ops clothing and armour. Sorry. Anyway, moving on. Another collection continuation right here. L96 for the Croco collection. So we did somewhat recently see the bolt action rifle being accepted. And right now that's actually doing very nicely. Well, you probably saw my profit review. You probably already know. But yeah, there you go. Comfortably in the positive. But that's because we just don't see that many bolt action rifle skins. L96s on the other hand, we do occasionally see them. We see them a little bit more. So I believe we've had 3 accepted so far this year. How come it's not showing up? L96, go. Doesn't want to show. Okay, that's incredibly awkward. Why do you not want to work? Let me just refresh. I could just probably look up L96s over here, and I will point out that the vast majority of them are down in price. This is $1. This is like $1.30, 40, and then we only start to see them going up to about $2, up to the Rainbow Pony L96. Now you might say, what's so special about $2? $2 is the bare minimum price we tend to see weapons and tools. Sometimes they are a little bit lower, but that's rare occasions. Typically, L96s at the very least would sell for $2, and the majority of them, they are below $2. So that's not a very good look, is it? No. So, unfortunately, this doesn't want to work for me. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, Croco L96, with the collection it has behind it as well, all the other skins are down in price except the bolt action rifle. I don't really expect that much to change. Maybe the bolt action rifle might be the best thing to consider investing into if you think this potentially will be accepted. Could we see even more Croco collection in terms of clothing and armour? Could we get like green clothing armour from Little Ranger and Grand Crowan? We'll wait and see. I just don't personally see that much in terms of investment, so I might just take a bit of a step back. So, okay, fair enough. And it looks like SMM didn't want to work, so we're going to go to Skinnalytics instead. Can we go to Skinnalytics? There we go. Cool. Right then, so let's move on from here. Trojan Horse, rocket launcher. Yeah, go look at that. Nice. Trim gold on some marble white. That is a very nice design from Mr. Voodoo. Get a good look at that. Alright, best of luck to Voodoo. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. But over to here, we've got a collection continuation. Deep Sea Rocket Launcher has been submitted by Robstar. So, yes, after the locker and after the attempts of some other skins like a backpack and a small box, we now have a rocket launcher. So, Deep Sea, can I find you? Deep Sea, We've had some weapon skins. We've recently seen the locker. There we go. Let's just look this up. Oh, there we go. Yep. Now, it only remembers the deep sea sword. I'm pretty sure we also had a deep sea SAR. But anyway, they're down in price. Both the SAR and the sword. This right here, though, how's that currently doing on the Steam market? Let's go find out. If I can recall, this sold for what price? This sold for $2, didn't it? Yes. Right now it's selling for $1.15. Oh, that's a bit concerning. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't really expect much of this to be accepted. I don't expect the other skins in the collection to spike them on spike in price. I am concerned. However, independently, it looks nice. It looks cool. I like the diving aesthetic. That's a very nice touch. Yeah, I think quite a lot of people would appreciate that. So feel free to comment below your thoughts. Feel free to go ahead and show support. And best of luck to Mr. Robstar. And that just so happens to be the final tool, weapon skin of the batch that we see here. And out of all these skins, I'd like to ask you, what do you reckon was the best, most interesting skin to you? What do you reckon has a very good chance of potentially being accepted? And now, I shall proceed and talk about all the clothing and the armour. And straight up, just straight into something very, very interesting. We have No Mercy Burlap clothing. By the time you're watching this video, go look at my shorts. I've already made a video showcasing this and comparing it to Arctic Protection. And if you aren't fully well aware of what Arctic Protection is, or we might not be able to see it properly, let's see if SMM's working. There you go. Back to here. Arctic Primitive Collection is expensive. All of that is now $75. Prices are starting to go down. When I first looked at this like a couple of days ago, it was $80. So prices are starting to go down, but it's still expensive. Apparently, the head wrap is now $24 and the pants are now $27.50. Just those two pieces. Then you look at the burlap shirt here, almost $15. It is madness. So a lot of people are priced out of this. They cannot approach it. But here we have No Mercy. So I've already tested out No Mercy in the snow. It does a perfectly fine job. The black coloration on the shirt might be a bit of a concern, but you could just go spend $6 and go grab the Arctic Protection poncho, stick that over it. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. Could we see this being accepted? That's definitely a good question. Do you remember late last year we got the blackout burlap clothing, and that sold like crazy amounts, and right now it's still selling for a pretty good price? In fact, you know what? We don't see that many. We don't see that much burlap clothing, do we? And near enough, pretty much all except a couple. All burlap clothing pieces are in the positive. It is pretty in demand. You use it quite a lot, don't you? But then again, eventually you do have hoodies and whatnot, so. Okay, oh wow, that is almost selling for $2 now. Props to you, even after it did almost 60,000 subscribers, still went up in price, because the demand is there. So, No Mercy collection now. If the burlap clothing was to be accepted, would we see anything spike in price? I don't think so, not really. But it would be very cool to see a whole batch of primitive skins now. But I think Face Punch might be pretty averse. It's white. It's white and black, but from a distance you just mostly see the white. I don't think they want to accept it because you could use it as snow camouflage, potentially. Again, you would most likely want to use the poncho with it just to get the extra bit of like hidden ability. But overall, we'll see what becomes of it. That's a very nice looking bit of burlap clothing right there. And let's see if we could get leather gloves and burlap shoes or hide boots. We'll see what becomes of that. Best of luck to Bear Trip and Hulk. Things are definitely looking interesting. Independently, if that was to be accepted, I think it will sell a lot. And as time goes on, I'm pretty sure it will be appreciated exactly like Arctic Protection was. So, okay, cool. No complaints. Moving on. So, let's just quickly grab all of these bits and pieces. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, apparently this is supposed to be somehow in reference to Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, apparently. I don't watch it. But apparently this whole suit, this whole design definitely references it. So, okay. Looking pretty cool. Nice, interesting approach for some hide clothing. Haven't had much hide clothing recently, have we? Hide. We did get the Neanderthal set, didn't we? Tyre early this year, last year we got that. Oh, and don't forget about Rasmus. Oh, that was a nice pickup. Yes, 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 for free. Yes. So, okay, cool. Midnight hide shirt and pants. Will it work out nicely? We'll see. Best of luck to Oasis and Isaac. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Now over to here, we have the Golden Autumn Poncho. It's a transparent design produced by N3. I do believe we have a second version produced by them. So yes, this one appears to not be transparent. This one appears to be mostly transparent. Yes, it is, as you can see right there. So, okay, cool. You do have like some netting and whatnot, but that's a nice touch, like a realistic approach for like the transparency. So, okay, looking pretty cool. Best of luck to N3, and let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Now, over to here, we have an attempt for a bucket helmet. Quite a lot of people assume we might be seeing the chosen item for the month being a bucket helmet soon. Looks like a HSM and Claytails have jumped ahead. It's a perfectly fine looking design that matches up nicely with the recent Tier 2 Night Armour that we got accepted, if you can remember. It was quite literally just wearing it right there. So, cool. We'll see what becomes of that. If you like it, feel free to comment below. And best of luck to HSM and Mr. Claytails. Let's see if you get that accepted in the future. And what do we have right here in front of us? This just happens to be a collection continuation. Last week we saw the Roadsign gloves. Now we have the just the boots. Not Roadsign boots, it's just boots. Produced by Acheron, this is a collection continuation for their Cel collection. And if I can remember, it was a bit awkward trying to find this last week. There we go. So the Tier 2 is doing a pretty good job at the moment. Let me tell you this. If these boots and gloves are accepted, whew, yeah, they're going to get bought. Green boots and gloves? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you've seen, like, let me just kind of bring this up. Forest Raiders gloves are like one of the most expensive skins in the whole set. Yeah, they're currently selling for $40 at the moment. Earlier this year, they did go up in price even higher. So right now, as you can see, just about $42. And if you could just see this, in somewhat recent past, this was going all the way up to $50. But that was during the jungle hype. It's starting to recover again, but it did slip down after, you know, unfortunately not seeing the hype for jungle being as effective as we were hoping for. Now, another one that was pretty good, but I don't really remember, so I'm going to look this up. We also have gloves. The reason why I'm bringing up the gloves is because I think both of these would be accepted at the same time. I think Face Punch wanted to wait for them. Ah, there we go, tank armor, $5. The only other green option. So that's working out pretty cool. People are appreciating that. Being very grateful that it's not selling for $40 like the Forest Raiders. But when it comes to green boots, what green boots do we have? I believe it's only Forest Raiders. So let's just quickly remind all of you. Looking at all the skins. Glister? No. Lots of black boots. But only one pair of green boots. Well, you do have Bombshell. And they are selling for $4. Maybe, okay. Okay, that might be pretty cool. Alright, well, you do have Wasteland Hunter as well. They're also $5. I think there's definitely room for some green boots and gloves. I don't think anybody would dispute that. It's up to Face Punch, no. It's up to Face Punch, no. For what that is, it's nice. Would it cause any of these skins to go up in price ever so nice? The Tier 2, I think, would. But then people start anticipating, like, hoodie and pants and Tier 3. We'll see what becomes of that. But yeah. If it were to be either of these been accepted, I feel like now's the great time. So I just don't think Face Punch is willing. So best of luck to Acheron. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted, and consider doing some Tier 3 and some hoodie pants. Over to here, we've got Black Paladin back again. Black Paladin boots and gloves have been submitted as a version 2. That's a nice golden trim design. And let's go remind you of Black Paladin. This appeared to be another blackout alternative for the air, but we only got the hoodie and pants. And since then, there's boots, gloves, there's Tier 3, backpack, head wrap and poncho, and now we're looking at another attempt for the boots and gloves. The hoodie and pants, I mean, honestly, it's a nice looking pair of clothing, but Face Punch just doesn't want to accept any collection continuations, and they suffer. They scream, they cry. So, who knows? If it were to happen, if we were to see boots and gloves, oh yeah, that hoodie and pants will go up in price very nicely. Oh yes. But is it actually going to happen this time? I don't know. There's a lot of collections they could continue, but then they'll go pick out like a brand new set like Night Demon. So yeah. Okay, well, fair enough. Best of luck to Kit. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Keep up the good work, sir. We've got some hoodie and pants to take a look at. So over to here, we have Action Comic Hoodie. And to be honest with you, that's actually a pretty cool looking design. They've done a very good job of it. Is it what Face Punch wants? Is it what you want? Do you like it? Are you a fan? Honestly, Should have been a hazmat guy. Right. Looking pretty sweet. Looking pretty cool. Best of luck to Azzy. Let's see if that, potentially gets accepted. Hoodie and pants, comic style. Or Stinger hoodie and pants. So, we recently saw the attempt for tier 3. Now we have hoodie and pants in front of us. Could this also be a nice blackout alternative option? We'll see. But currently the only Stinger skin we actually have accepted is the Stinger Crossbow. This is the only skin. And right now that's already doing good. It's already perfectly in the positive. But, would a pair of hoodie and pants change it? Well, not when there's a 29 listing right there. Oh dear. Very thin after that though. Would be nice to see it climb up again. But I think independently that'll still go up in price. The transparency it has is phenomenal. So, yeah, we'll see what comes of that. Right then, so best of luck to Delarai with the Stinger hoodie and pants. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Okay, we have quite a lot of interesting collection continuations for tier 3, but first of all, we have Dark Shaman. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was cursed. Not like describing it, but cursed as in the collection, made by Zinc. But this is different, it's independent, and I'll be honest with you, it does look pretty cool. You had a good look at that. So, what are your thoughts? The feathers, the teeth, the things dangling from the side, that's a very cool, very creative touch. I think a lot of people would like that, especially with Halloween just around the corner. So Zinc, I think you're working on something very cool. Let's see if that potentially works out. But you do have competition, and it just so happens to be collection continuations. So, Upor and Mr. Hypermonster, they've made quite a lot of Protector deployables, namely doors, and well, could we potentially see Protector Tier 3 being accepted next? A very interesting metallic design. Let's go take a look at the Protector collection. And what do I see? Protector. We have a sheet metal double door that's doing phenomenal. We have a sheet metal door that's doing somewhat questionable. And then we have a garage door that's not doing that much better. That sold for $3.49. That sold for $3, and that sold for $3.49. Oof. So these skins aren't doing, super great. But what I'm looking at here is a potential for these to spike in price ever so nice. When we saw the garage door being accepted, the sheet metal door did go up in price very nicely. But since then, after many attempts, no other skin has been accepted. Could Tier 3 make a change? It'd be interesting to see, but I have doubts for a deployable set. So we'll see. Regardless, did you think the Protector Tier 3 looks nice? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Upor and Hypermonster. Now this is something completely different, and you would have seen it in my special preview video. Cryo collection. Yes, the Cryo collection with all the very cool looking sci-fi deployables, and unfortunately a lot of skins not being accepted. Well, this just so happens to have a tier 3 set right now. So, quite a few people said, oh Hedge, is it white? No, it's metallic. It's metallic. Could they made it whiter? I mean, we'll see. But anyway, it is reflective, it is metallic. Might not be something everybody's super keen for. We'll see. But Fuff, honestly, sorry, one second. Hedge, breathe more. Fuff, I think it looks cool. Keep up the good work. And if that doesn't get accepted, try and make it a little bit more whiter. See if you can sneak it in. You could do it as an alternative version. But I think people think it looks nice. I wish to become a robot man. So, best of luck to you, sir. And now for last, as I said earlier, with the recent complete the sets, a lot of people are questioning, could we see the return of certain collections? My goodness. So, that right there is bloody tier 3. And it is oh so bloody, yes. Just get a good look at that picture right there, and you can notice that there's a lot of blood dripping down. Yes, it's green. It's like a good forest camouflage, but there is blood all over. So, with the arrival of the pants recently, we did see the hoodie and the boots go up in price very nicely. That went up to a phenomenal price. And I did instantly kind of approach Milho and I said, hey, congratulations with the pants, but what about tier 3 and tier 2? And initially he was like, I don't think Face Punch would want that. Seems he's changed his tune. We made a big fuss. When we did the abnormal barders for complete sets last week, I asked everybody, hey, can you comment below? If you actually want to see bloody collection continue, say so. We got about 20 comments. I think he got the point. And here we are. Now we question what happens next. So, complete the sets for our store was last week, and let's go, get a quick look at the pants. Now, the pants, initially, they were down to about half their price, but after seeing Tier 3 today, people have made moves. It's now sitting here at $1.92, and the buy orders, ooh, look at the buy orders. I actually picked up a lot of these pants recently, because this was literally just $1. Look at the price, look at it. Anticipation is happening. Now, let's be truthful here. Bloody collection technically is green. We could consider it camouflage, but with all the blood all over it, it kind of counters it. With this put on with the hoodie and whatnot, paired it up with some dark green clothing when I first saw it, it's actually pretty good for camouflage. The little bit of white here, though, does stick out quite a lot on that left knee. Oh, it was annoying me. But if I could just quickly look up bloody, as you'll notice, the hoodie is now $7 and the boots are now $5. They have dropped off a little bit. But Mr. Mojo Frito is in a position now where we could actually see a lot more. Ooh. So I ask you, are you looking forward to the potential for some Tier 2, some boots and, well, some gloves next? He could do Roadsign gloves and like a boonie hat or something. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, why not? Okay, well, it's in his hands. But he's also got to consider doing camouflage Roadsign gloves as well. I remember that. We'll see what becomes of this. If we see Tier 3 been accepted, that's going back over $10 again. And the boots. Not sure about the pants, though. We don't actually know how many hoodie and boots actually exist. It's been around for a very long time. I do believe you can get both of these in the high quality bag. But chances are there might only just be like a couple thousand of each. Not that much in the grand scheme of things, but not necessarily the rarest skins we've ever seen. The pants here did 14,607 subscribers. Chances are 20,000 in circulation. There's going to be a lot more of these compared to these. So these might go back up to $10+. That might only go up to like $3. Still nice and profitable, but not as good as these two. Pants are definitely a whole lot more approachable. You've definitely missed out on these two skins already. But if it happens, guys, those are going back up in price very nicely. So, okay. What do you think? Are you a fan? I'm going to have to make a short video of that. I'm going to have to. It'd be cool. Imagine if it gets accepted immediately. Hey, maybe Face Puncher's still like, yeah, well done, Milho. 10 years, you finally got your pants accepted. But for that Tier 3, let's wait another 10 years. Oh, imagine. All right, anyway. So, nice to see. Cool stuff. Milho Frito, Sakative Simonas, keep up the good work. And let's see if Bloody Collection will truly progress and become a much bigger collection. I look forward to it. But please don't make us wait 10 years. Right then, so that just happens to be the final clothing and armor piece out of all the skins that we see here. So out of all of these, which one stood out to you the most? Which one do you reckon has a very good chance of potentially being accepted? And you could say that for all the skins today, because we have finished now. We've gone all the way up to 99 skins. Lots of interesting collection continuations have appeared today, but which ones will actually be accepted? Now, in regards to clothing and armor, I know you're being super hopeful at the moment. I know you're being like, please. We'll see, all right? Kids are now going back to school. Maybe Face Punch will think, oh, you know what? Maybe we should put out some pretty cool stuff now whilst there's not that many people playing. Do you remember when Samurai came out? Didn't that come out like September, November? All right, well, fair enough. Okay. Do you remember when Flashbacks came out? That happened in February. Kids went back to school. So, okay, maybe the patterns are aligning. Maybe some interesting things will happen. But let's just quickly hop back over to here. Like I said, keep an eye on my shorts videos. I'm always making a big fuss about like interesting things I've seen. I've made quite a lot of fuss recently about cheap white clothing with the snow camo jacket. Of course, last week showcased all the doors that I saw, wooden double doors. I've already made a video showcasing the M39s. It's lovely stuff. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. But do keep an eye out on the Playrust Twitter and on their blog posts. I think we're going to get the actual announcement of when the naval update's coming out. And there's another thing I should quickly point out to you. Charity plushies. I don't know what this is, but it's being mentioned more and more and more. Keep an eye on the commits, basically. A lot of interesting things are still being mentioned and worked on. Decal Lighting DLC, for example. We're expecting that over the course of the next couple of days. Should be out for September. Should. That'll probably be like $10, $15. But the charity plushies, what are these for? And how much are they going to cost? Are they just going to be given to us for free? Is it going to be done in a pretty interesting way that you had to raise money or something? Don't know, but we'll find out. Something's being worked on there. Is it for an upcoming Twitch event? Don't know. But I am aware something's coming for September. Of course, with the Twitch drops you've seen, you might be able to put 2 and 2 together and realise what's going on. So, alright, cool. Well, thank you very much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry it's a bit long, but of course, I'm always identifying collection continuations and whatnot. Now, I should point out, I might not have seen every single skin today, but I did notice something with some AI. Someone informed me. So if you're the person who's going to probably complain about me not showing your skin, you probably know a little bit too much about it. So just remember, I don't really want to show off skins that are breaking rules, because it's pointless then. If it's breaking rules, it's not going to be accepted. So what's the point in looking at it? Now, you might bring up the Witch Garage draw from the previous year. Technically speaking, we never got confirmation, but a lot of people are very susceptible, okay? So, okay, cool. So, suspect, not susceptible. All right, suspect of it. All right, let's just wrap it up. Halloween is getting closer. Christmas too. Have you noticed the Halloween items going up in price? Not the skins, the items. And have you noticed Christmas skins have been going up in price? I don't know how I'm going to approach everything in regards to Halloween, but I am definitely expecting Halloween skins are going to probably get called for probably over the next few weeks. Are we going to see interesting collection continuations? Remember, we've got quite a lot of boots and gloves and quite a lot of clothing and armor pieces. I've seen so many boots and gloves today. I've just but keep an eye out. I think Robstar actually already asked about. I gave a good hint. So if I go back to my page, there we go. He actually kind of made a point of, hey, I might go and make some more pumpkin stuff. When it comes to holidays, right? Holiday clothing armor pieces. When the new things come out, they don't really hold up their value. But if we do see continuations the very next year, things like that, they go up in price very nicely, right? Spikes demand, spikes in price for core pieces. Even if it's holiday themed, it still goes up very nicely. So what's he hinting? We'll see. All right, cool. I think we made a point. So best of luck to you and your investments. Consider making some sales now. September, we're most likely going to see prices drop off. And October, are we going to see a very bad low point? Or will it even be that bad? If we get naval update next month, maybe it isn't too bad because a lot of people turn up. We shall see. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.